Step back. I won't say it again. Okay. Just take a breath. Nobody here wants to hurt you. Just put down the dummy and we can talk. Put the dummy down? Have you been listening to a word I said? You're not getting it. Take another step and I'll slit my throat. Kloss let out a sigh and nodded at Chen. Do it. In the blink of an eye, Chen was on top of the D-class, his knee on her windpipe. He signaled for the other two agents in the room to take her away. I don't recall you being so gentle, Kloss said with a wry smile. When you start getting your hands dirty, then you tell me how to handle the D-classes, alright? Kloss picked up SCP-174. This little fella had been giving them problems for a while now. Though it didn't appear to be able to move, they had caught it looking at them in the peripheral vision from time to time. Besides that, surveillance footage had confirmed that it did seem able to turn its head slightly. Welcome back. Today I bring you SCP-174, Ventriloquist Dummy. D-14285 had been affected the most of all the subjects to date. Her psychic resistance scale scores were exceedingly low, so they had expected a dramatic result. This hadn't been it. We need to invoke a stronger reaction. Stronger? She was ready to slit her own throat after 2 hours with Annabelle over there. What more do you want? As usual, Chen, you're missing the point. I don't mean the subject's reaction to the doll. I mean what the doll can reveal about the subject. D-14285 had been introduced to the doll hours earlier. It didn't take long before the doll started to speak. It explained how it had grown up in a lovely 2-story house on the outskirts of Boston. Its childhood had been normal and pleasant, with little to complain about. Until the night of September 13th. A fire had started in the kitchen that night and quickly engulfed the entire house. It had barely made it out alive. The records had shown that this was in fact D-14285's own childhood. Her family home had burnt down when she was a child and had taken her family's life savings with it. Her life had gone from one disappointment to another, appearing all to stem back from this one incident. Do you understand now the value of the doll? Chen looked at him blankly. Alright, let me spell it out for you. The doll is telepathic. It can read minds. So it doesn't just give out the information, but if you listen to the story, it's giving us the secrets and history of whoever it's interacting with. You can't lie to this thing. Ah, gotcha. But we have other SCPs that can do that. Yes, but some of them are dangerous. Others could lie. This thing? Pretty easy to handle. Chen nodded in agreement. As the van pulled up to the house, Kloss turned to face the agents. Okay, let's go over it one more time. The man inside. Intel points to him being the serial killer the police have been tracking for the past 3 months. We suspect he has anomalous abilities, likely mind control. That's why we're here. We've almost caught him a few times, but each time we're minutes too late. He's gotta be sensing us or something. It's not just bad luck. Okay, but why is the doll here? I want a confession. The doll should provoke him into telling us about the murders. Fair plan. Let's do this. Lassiter, Kripke, stay tight on me. Once we're in, take the corners. Don't get too close. The 3 men slowly approached the front of the house. All looked quiet. The only light they could make out came through the cracks in the attic wall. They crept towards the house, staying as quiet as possible. As they reached the front door, they heard Kloss scream from behind. There! He's gone out the back door! He knew we were coming! Chen, Lassiter, and Kripke took off after the man. He wasn't far. Chen would catch him in no time. But how did he know they were coming? As Chen looked to his side, he saw Lassiter trying to keep up with him. As he turned to his other side, Kripke was lagging behind. Kripke, get a move on, or I'll have you cleaning toilets! As Chen caught up to the man, he slid forward and hooked his ankles. The man tumbled over and came to a rest in front of them. He looked at them with a look of surprise and shock on his face. Who are you? Why'd you do that? Lassiter, take him back to the house. Kripke, catch your breath and follow up. Come clean, and this will all be over quickly." "About what? I haven't done anything." The man was sitting in a chair in the basement, a small cut above his eye. He looked terrified, genuinely scared and confused. "Stop playing the fool. Tell us what you did. Tell us how you knew we were coming." "I've got no idea what you're talking about." "Fine. We'll do it your way. Chen, bring the doll over." Chen walked in with the doll and approached the man in the chair. He set the doll down on his lap. "What is this?" "It's your new best friend. See you in an hour." "Ready for this?" Chen nodded. They opened the door. The suspect was sitting in the same chair, but the doll was on his knee, and he appeared to be having a conversation with it. "Have anything you want to tell us?" The man looked between Kloss and Chen. "Don't hurt him. I won't let you hurt him. He's been through enough already." "Nobody wants to hurt anybody. Take a breath. Why don't you tell us a little story? Why don't you tell us his little story?" "His story?" "Yeah. What happened to this little guy that's so sad?" Oh, you don't know? It really is sad." The man told them how the doll had been beaten as a child. His father had been cruel, and his mother hadn't protected him. His father had taken particular fascination with a hot poker they kept by the fireplace. The insignia was unique, a family crest from generations before. That scar had been made, healed, and reburned countless times. As he got older, that fear turned into anger. He was tired of being scared, and he was strong enough now to fight back. His father wouldn't hurt him, ever again. This anger, though, turned into something else. A sense of power. He wasn't like everyone else. He was stronger, better. He had a higher calling. He didn't need to play by society's rules. He wasn't one of them. He was something else altogether. Immortal? Perhaps not. But he had to remain in the shadows while he did his work. While he taught his lessons to those weak little children. Society wouldn't understand his art. Kloss looked at Chen with a look of disgust. "I'll give it to you, Doc. That certainly was easier than beating it out of him." Chen nodded at Kripke. "Kripke! Kripke! Snap out of it! What's up with you today? Take him away! Lassiter, get the doll!" Kripke grabbed the man by the arm and pulled him out as Lassiter took the doll. "No! No! Don't hurt him! It's not his fault! Don't you see?" He tried to pull away from Kripke and grab the doll. "Why are you doing this? It's not me! It's not me! It's the doll! I didn't do those things!" He struggled and flailed his arms at Kripke, making brief contact and sending Kripke to the ground momentarily. Chen ran back and grabbed the man, walking him out as he cried. "You okay?" Kripke nodded, holding his hand. "Get to the van. Have medical check out your hand when we get back." "Nah, it's okay, sir. Just a jolt. I'll be fine." Chen nodded and walked away. As they left, he pulled off his glove and rubbed the back of his hand. SCP-174 is a wooden ventriloquist doll measuring 53 centimeters from head to toe, with somewhat ragged clothing and slight damage to several sections. Judging by the item's style and state of repair, it dates from the early 20th century. The eyes and mouth of SCP-174 can be manipulated by means of a mechanism inside the figure. When viewed in peripheral vision, subjects report on occasion that SCP-174 is looking directly at them with an expression of longing or sadness. When subjects look directly at SCP-174, this anomalous expression is not visible. Viewing SCP-174 indirectly, such as in a mirror or live video feed, appears to increase the likelihood of this effect manifesting itself. Personnel in the vicinity of SCP-174 report a general feeling of sadness or sympathy directed towards the figure, but cannot explain any reason for those feelings. Prolonged exposure can lead to personnel personifying the figure to greater extents. Those with particularly low psychic resistance scale scores will in some cases begin to act as if SCP-174 were a living being. Discussion of the figure's emotional state, particularly in relation to its past, in most cases leads to the retelling by the figure of a story of how it was abandoned or mistreated. No one story has ever been repeated, and therefore which, if any, is true, is unknown. Researchers have theorized that SCP-174 may have low-level telepathic abilities, as each story seems to be based around a theme that will have a particular resonance with the current subject. It just goes to show, you can never truly know anyone. As always, have a care and remember to subscribe, like, and share, if you would. Until next time, farewell.